Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada,
Jaya
Jaya
Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada,
Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai,
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai,
Jai,
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam
Namaskritam,
Naranchaiva Narottamam
Ram Chaiva Narottamam,
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam,
Tato Jaimudirahet
Jayamudirahe,
Ashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Prayashabhadreshu,
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya,
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke,
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhakti Naistaki.
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 3, text number 20, in conversation of Shaunaka Rishi, being the representative, Suta Goswami being the interpreter, and the sages of Naimisharanya. In the source, Krishna is the source of all incarnation. Text number 20. Avatare Shodashame Pashyan Brahmadrupan Trisapta Kritva Kupito Nishatram Akaron Mahim. Word to word and translation with purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Avatare in the incarnations of Lord. Sodasame the 16th, Pashyan seeing Brahmadru disobedient to the orders of the Brahmanas, Drupan the kingly order, Trisaptaha twice 7 times, Kritvaha had done, Kupitaha being engaged, Nihi negation, Kshatram the administrative class, Akarod did perform, Mahim the earth. Translation with repetition. In the 16th incarnation of Godhead, the Lord as Bhrigupati annihilated the administrative class, Kshatriyas, 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. Please repeat. In the 16th incarnation of Godhead,
In the 16th incarnation of the Godhead,
the Lord
Lord
as Bhrigupati
as Prabhupada,
annihilated
annihilated
administrative class,
the administrative class,
Kshatriyas, 21 times,
Kshatriyas
21
21 times,
times,
being angry with them
being
angry with them
because of their rebellion against the Brahmanas,
because of
their
their
rebellion
rebellion
against
against the Brahmanas,
the intelligent class.
intelligent class.
Purport. The Kshatriyas or the administrative class of men are expected to rule the planet by the directions of the intelligent class of men who give directions to the rulers in terms of the standard Shastras or the book of revealed knowledge. The rulers carry on the administration according to that direction Whenever there is disobedience on the part of the Kshatriyas or the administrative class against the orders of the learned and the intelligent Brahmanas, the administrators are removed by the force from the post and the arrangement is made for better administration. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swaptadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Srivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapade Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Taptaganchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarvesta Kripasande Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavane Bhyevaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Vishesha Shunyavanta Satale Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Okam Karati Vachalam Bangalanga Tegirim Etpatam Mande Shri Gurum Dintanam Pramanand Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Tatsat Nilachala Nivasaya Nitya Pramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannatha Hitayi Namo Namaha. Welcome all to the Sunday morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. There are many devotees who joined today. Actually, I fundamentally joined a little earlier just to find out who was joined, and I could practically see only 3 of them. It was Sukava Mataji, and then I guess Manjusha Mataji, and one more devotee. So, but I think Panchal Mataji. But the point is here, this is for our benefit. Here we are actually connecting ourselves with the Supreme Lord through the message of Godhead. And it is very important that you all speak to your group people. Like, for example, Amit Prabhu did the Prabhupada's Aarti. It would be nice that we glorify Srila Prabhupada with a nice, beautiful photo in a small altar, in a whatever shelf in man, instead of keeping it on the wall. If someone can actually take up all these things and then speak to each one of them how to do it, we have done that many times. It's important. I wanted it to set a standard that they don't feel that it's just for the ticking the checkbox that we are doing it. We have to learn it by the mistakes, and we can't keep on committing the same mistake again and again. We really appreciate everyone who is doing all these services, but end of the day, it is not that anyone is doing a service to me. They are doing a service directly to Srila Prabhupada and to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So this is extremely important that we set standards, we give them an exposure to what a temple life is all about and how this is actually practiced by Srila Prabhupada's grace across the entire world, and it gives the exposure of what ISKCON's formulation is all about. Okay. Today's sloka is first canto, 3rd chapter, 20th verse, which speaks about in the 16th incarnation of the Godhead, the Lord as Bhigupati annihilated the administrative class, Kshatriyas 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. It's very important for us to understand it, right? What do we need to understand it? We need to understand that we need to hear the holy names, hear the message of Godhead, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, through the words of Srila Jukadeva Goswami or his associated devotees like Suta Goswami, Shaunaka Rishi, and many great exalted Vaishnavas and sages. Srila Prabhupada has costlessly given this and showered us with those informations, which is very important, and to make our life perfect just by simply hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So there is Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. I don't know how many of you know that it starts with the 10th.8 and the 4 verses. I had long before in the last Bhagavad Gita session, the essence of the Bhagavad Gitas, I did request many of them to by heart. And it is extremely important that we do chant that 4 slokas every single day. because it has a lot of benefits and also contemplation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in that, one of the verses, which is 9th verse, that's 10.9, Matticha mat chitta madgata prana bodhentasta parasparam kadentasta mam nityam tushyanticha ramanticha. So Prabhupada explains in the translation that the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are surrendered to me, and they derive extremely great satisfaction and bliss, enlightening each and every one of them and conversation only about the Lord. So this is what actually the devotees' discussion in their circle is, either about the Supreme Lord or about his devotees. The interactions between the Lord and his devotees, nothing else more. Because there is no higher taste in this world, even if you want to churn it in the best of benefits of all of your efforts, there is nothing called the higher taste in this world apart from this, or in any other world beyond this. So Srimad Bhagavatam is actually given to us to show that there is a glimpse of what exactly we can expect in the spiritual realm, which can be easily obtained by all of us simply by the grace of Srila Prabhupada with an unending nectar. Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, who is Srila Prabhupada's disciple, who used to be based in London, and he used to do this. He used to go and sit in Soho temple and just below the pillar, and he used to just simply read Bhagavatam. And for 15 or 17 years, he was not doing anything else. He was just simply chanting the Bhagavatam prayers in front of the Lord. Rather, London Ishvara was listening. He was just chanting all through the day. And the effort after this 15-20 years of his practice, then he came out to preach. He used to give a lecture series of one particular verse more than around 12 to 14 methods or the presentations of complete meaningful way in which he could derive the essence, the sara, the cream of Srimad Bhagavatam. Same is with Radha Govinda Maharaj, who used to be based in Sri Vrindavan Dham, right? So Prabhupada brought this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is actually to this world, for us, to the world in which we are all living with. It's like a lighthouse from the spiritual sky, which can guide us, the entire human society, not only us, the entire human society, towards the safe shore of Goloka Vrindavan. Because this world, in this ocean, we have many fearsome sharks, timingalas, high tides of lust, greedy, falsehood, anger, envy, deceit, arrogance, many things in system. We have to throw it out. So the devotees of the Lord, the dealings of the devotees to the devotees, devotees to the karmis, and in everywhere, we need to be extremely conscious, because this is what is nectarine is all about. We are setting standards to the world in which we are living in, and the circle of influence we are trying to build it. They are not supposed to be unnecessarily reacting. Because I remember when one time when I was in Sridham Mayapur, then there were many devotees who were talking about many things, but there was a few devotees who were never opening their mouth. There was one devotee, his name he is not there anymore. He was an extraordinary astrologer, but he is an extraordinary devotee by himself. He is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. His name is Devarelshi. He is no more, but the way in which he used to react or to act, he never used to open his mouth. And when he opens his mouth, it used to be only nectar. So that is a standard which Srila Prabhupada has taught every single devotee whom we can actually take examples from. So this will lead us, if we don't practice this, this will lead us to some untoward fall downs, which we are already anyway fall down so badly that we are trying to struggle ourselves to get up in the morning. So how many times we are failing to even get up in the Mangalarti period of time. 99.99% we are all a failure. So, but however, this is the standard Srila Prabhupada slowly wanted to inculcate it on us. And then why do we have to fall down lesser than that? We don't need to. Because human form of life is meant for this highest level of self-realization, right? Atato Brahma Jignasa. Here, exactly the same way how Krishna decided and designed the Chatur Varnas and Maya Shrishtas. Means he decided the Varnas and Ashramas in a very, very specific manner, and he wanted it to be established in that manner. Prabhupada explains beautifully that just because Bhrikupati, who is none other than Lord Parashuram, annihilated the administrative class 21 times, being angry with the Kshatriya class, the clan. Why? Because they were rebellion against the intelligent class of men, the Brahmanas. So Srimad Bhagvatam explains in detail later on in the chapter, in the cantos which comes across, but however the glimpse of it is mentioned here. And in Dashavatara Shloka, Jayadeva Goswami explains that Kshatriya Rudira Maya Jagatabagat Papam Snapayasi Samita Bhavatapam Keshava Dhruta Brigupati. That's the word it has come as. Brigupati Rupa Jaya Jagadisha. This is a beautiful story of how Ruchira gave birth to Jamadagni. Jamadagni got married to Renuka. Renuka's and Jamadagni's son is Parshuram. They had more than around 10 or 11 sons. The first one was Vasuman, and the last one was Parshuram. He was not called Parshuram. He was only called Ram. Parashuram means Para means Parashu means axe. So axe wielding Ram is called Parshuram. So one day Kartavira Arjuna, who was a very strong, very exalted king, he was very powerful. This personality is powerful because he actually defeated even Ravana, because he had so much strength that he could hold the river from flowing to its natural path. So he comes to the forest. He was very tired and very hungry from his hunting expedition with his entourage. Somehow or the other, he could not manage to find anything. So he finds this place where the ashram or the kutir of Jamadagni is. So at that time, no one was there except he and his wife, and he wanted some food. So with the help of Surabhi cow, which the sage had, which could give anything wish-fulfilling, because he was Agnihotra Brahmana, means someone who does every day offerings, oblations to the sun god, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead through yagnas. And hence he needs milk, yogurt, and panchagavya, panchamrita, all these things are needed. So he used to have a cow, Surabhi cow. And this Surabhi cow was so divine that whatever Jamadagni asks, it gives. So in the same way that this was a chance for the sage to also serve the king. So the king was very inspired, very impressed with how a Brahmana was so powerful than the Kshatriya himself. Even though he had this arrogancy, he was thinking that I am the king of the land, everything belongs to me. So this cow also should be with me, not with this particular Brahmana. Saying that, he took the cow and went off. Parshuram came, he was Ram at that time, so he came, he found out that this was the issue. In the same way, where he was actually being informed, immediately Ram went, he fought with Kartavya Arjuna, he killed him, and he brought back the cow. So then, one day, this Kartavya Arjuna had more than around 500 sons. So they were all against Jamadagni, against Parshuram. But they know that Parshuram is very powerful. So then what to do? Only time since this guy has killed my father, I have to kill his father. So how do I kill it? Only when Parshuram is not present. So then when Parshuram was away, these 500 people, they came, they killed Jamadagni. He massacred, these people massacred the entire ashram. And in the process, Parshuram came to know that this has happened. Immediately he went, he hammered all these people. Not only hammered all these people, for 21 generations of all the Kshatriyas, he simply eliminated them from the face of earth. Because he knows that as the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself as an incarnation, He knows that they were very much a burden to the entire Mother Earth, unnecessarily pounding the earth with so many things. That's why Krishna comes, right? He comes basically to annihilate the miscreants and elevate the devotees. So you can practically see that he has done it for 21 times. This happened during the Satya period, right? And then the Treta Yoga came, Parshuram was still there. So he apparently happens to meet Lord Ramachandra. That was the day when he decided, okay, I'm going back. But however, in the process, in fact, even Lord Ramachandra's own father used to get escaped by Parshuram's fighting, because every time Parshuram used to come, Dasharatha was either taking care of a marriage ceremony for himself, or he was trying to escape him from some, some other methods. So, but nevertheless, this was the last time that when after the Swayamvara was of Rama and Sita completed and they were on their way back to Ayodhya, this is when Parshuram meets the last time. So the Supreme Lord's pastimes are extremely divine, divyam, janmakaranachme divyam. So fundamentally, what Prabhupada wants us to understand by this entire concept is Brahmanas are always on the top of the society. Their thought process, their contemplations of how the entire world and society should run is very clearly defined. The Prabhupada explains this in a lecture, that administrative class or the politicians, they must obey the Brahmanas. If they don't have that kind of a notion, that means they are not ready for a Vedic culture or a society. Therefore, we need to understand that the monarchs or the kings or all these people, they didn't have that concept of simply not doing it on their own. Even including in the earliest period of a few hundred years back, we had a Brahmana called Chanakya. He could overthrow an entire empire and the emperor of the entire Indian continent, right? So this is possible because Brahmanas are extremely powerful in King Vena, for that matter. King Vena was just removed from the system because he was rebellious against the Brahmanas. We read that few weeks back. So the society must be extremely Brahminical in their culture. It should be Vedic in their culture. Means that every person who is trying to become Krishna conscious needs to have this Brahminical culture in their system, so that the Shudra mentality should not get derived into the system. So of course, the modern education is wonderfully we are experiencing it. It is expelling us, it is inspiring us to become more of a Shudra than of a Brahmana. But what to do? That is the world in which we are living in. But Krishna conscious education is extremely important, because Prabhupada says education means to lead people gradually to the level of Krishna consciousness. That is education, God-centric life or God-conscious life. Because human life, human beings, the life is only meant to understand this. As a part of this 8,400,000 species of life, we have been transmigrating left, right, and center in whichever ways and whichever forms we wanted to. Brahmanda Brahmite Kone Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. Until we get the bhakti, seed of bhakti, we have been running around here and there. Even among devotees, we could see that, I've been to this continent, I've been to this country, I've been to that country, I'm jet setting myself. End of the day, what are we doing? We are just running around here and there without any aim and goal. This human form of life is the only opportunity for us to understand the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Neither the cats nor the gods, not even the demigods can understand, because they are very opulent in their own way, and that means more the opulence, more sense gratification, more enjoyment. So that's not going to be something very close for them to spend time with the Supreme Lord or to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So to become too much materially opulent means it's another danger. Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually says this: Jada Vidya Jada Mayara Vaibhavam. This is what do you call as festivity. The more money you have, more material opulent you have, it's called a festivity period for them. Material advancement means expanding our sense enjoyment propensities. Prabhupada is straightforward on this. This is a lecture we gave it in September 1972. So Prabhupada explains that this is material. The more you expand yourself to think about how to satisfy your senses, which is extremely material, is not going to get nowhere near the picture towards Krishna consciousness. End of the day, all the senses have to be to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. That becomes spiritual and you purify your senses. Prabhupada explains this. That's the difference between material and spiritual in its nature. So in the same way, right, Prabhupada explains also that the reason why Srila Prabhupada came to the West is Nirvishesha Shunyavad, because the entire world is in this kind of a situation. He came just to deliver millions and millions of people from this doomsday, just by his books, right? Prabhupada explains that the movement can fail, the activities which you're performing can fail, but his books will never fail. So the message of Lord Chaitanya, today we are sitting in cozily in our own houses. And it's not just because of our effort. It is by the causeless grace of Srila Prabhupada, who brought this immense sukruti, immense piety into all of our lives, which is extremely, extremely rare to find it. Because it's not easy to get that kind of a piety or a sukruti. That things are happening to us, no, we don't have it, Krishna gives it. So we need to be very conscious about a few things. We need to be very careful about what we have achieved till now. We should know it, that we have achieved by the grace of the Supreme Lord, and we should show our appreciation and gratitude at all times. Prabhupada explains also, never be offensive in your thoughts, words, deeds, and actions. Always learn the art of attitude of being humble, right? The spiritual realm or the doors of heaven is only for the humble and meek. Show appreciation, show gratitude to the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. If you don't show, it does not matter to the Supreme Lord. Whether you are a devotee or non-devotee, you will be handled by the agents of Maya anyway, appropriately at the right time. Then we cannot blame the Supreme Lord that, oh my God, you did it on me. No, it's not that way. We dig our own destiny. If we don't take this opportunity to first and foremost thing to clear up our system, get all focus on Krishna consciousness through Srila Prabhupada's books. Why is there's an emphasis on book distribution? Why is there is so many messages which is going out to all the WhatsApp groups and all that what we have, just to inspire everyone to please take a book, please take a book, please keep a book for yourself, right? Why is that? Is because charity begins at home. You need to learn it. Srila Prabhupada has given us a beautiful opportunity to know about the Supreme Lord and the Supreme Lord's abode. So if you don't have any books, please give a chance for yourself. Take yourself to be the receiver of this divine treasure. Bring books to your house. These books are the basis. This is the one which will actually take us to the Supreme Lord's abode. No other method can work well in this Kali Yuga. That is why Prabhupada says that chanting the holy name of the Lord and to read Srila Prabhupada books to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the greatest need of our. So you are actually doing the greatest help for yourself by simply taking part in this devotional service and in this devotional life, just by simply taking Srila Prabhupada books at your house and keeping it. But don't keep it as it is, start reading it. Otherwise, the world of Maya is just waiting for us very eagerly. She is very ready much. She is very much ready. She just wants to pounce on us, but we are just being covered by the Supreme Lord. With all love from her heart, she is trying to make you swim away from Krishna. We will not even know about that we are moving away from Krishna. That's the beauty of the illusory energy of the Lord. And one fine day we will wonder, where am I? What am I doing here? Right? This happens to many people. Great exalted sages, great exalted devotees have gone through this. We are nothing. So unless until we take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unless until we take the simple, beautiful dust of the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, the great acharyas of the parampara, we can be safely assured that they will protect us. Away from Krishna means end of file, unlimited loop of birth, death, old age, and disease. There is no other choice for us. The only way by which we can actually overcome, like the other day when Pratap Prabhu was giving a presentation on book distribution, he mentioned one very fantastic point, which I was like, oh, yes, this is also true. He said that, hey, have a look, this is your biography. That was, he was showing about how to distribute Bhagavad Gita. He said, give the book to him and then say that this is your biography. Do you want to know about this? This is what it is. We know that our biography is just next to us, but why are we not ready or contemplating to absorb it? Know your own biography. How did you came into being? What is it that you are stuck here in this world? Why good things happen to bad people? Why bad things happen to good people? How can I come out of this cycle of birth, death, and old age and disease? Shastras are very clear. It doesn't discriminate whether you are a rich man or a poor man, or whether you are a white body or a black body, or it doesn't matter. It is straightforward. Just like how COVID doesn't discriminate whether you are Bill Gates or Bill Gates' father, it doesn't matter. How does it matter? Krishna is very clear in that man. Very clearly, Krishna says, this world is not a great place to live. Dukkalayam ashashvatam. Take it from yourself. Bring it into your heart and then practice this Krishna consciousness as much as you can. Rest Krishna will fill in. But in the process, share this Krishna consciousness to others. Books are the basis. We need to study books and we need to distribute books. And this is the best period of time when we can actually, just like how Parashuram just eliminated 21 generations. Why he had to eliminate? The way in which he eliminated is no one else has done it ever before. Why has he done it? He has done it for only two reasons. One is to make sure that his devotees are safe and sound. Second one is that the cause of our disease is that we are thinking that we are this body. Moment you think of this body, you will always think about acquiring all kinds of options for us to safeguard our interest or safeguard our sense gratificatory propensities. So then if we can, the Lord came to just clear up that, so that you understand that you don't belong to this world, you are a spirit soul and you belong to the Supreme Lord's personal abode. That's the summary of this shloka. But more important for us is to spend time, understand Srila Prabhupada books. This is the last calling stop for us. The more we understand the Lord's message, the more closer we will become to the Lord. And that's what is the key for our success. Learn the art of living here in this world like a lotus leaf containing water. Just like the water on the lotus leaf never sticks to this leaf, in the same way our life should be in the same manner in this world. Just live the way in which Krishna wants us to, not the way in which I want or you want to live with. So that will give us a very conscious effort to go back to Godhead in this lifetime. Okay, I'll stop here in case anyone has any questions. Most welcome.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the very informative class. It was really eye-opening that how much Srila Prabhupada did for us by writing these books. And, if we read that he was waking up at 2:30, sometimes he wasn't even sleeping to write the books for us, Lord, our benefit. And the books are the basis of the Krishna consciousness. So how important they are and how much important for us to practice the Krishna consciousness, that's so important for us. So we should be distributing books and helping others as well and practicing ourselves as well. So because if we practice, then only we can preach. That's the main thing. Otherwise, it's no point. It won't be that effective. So thank you so much. And if anyone has got questions, please put it in the chat or unmute yourself. Thank you so much.
Many devotees in our congregation, right? Why many of them are not attending the programs? Anyone can give me a message? Bharati Mataji.
Prabhuji, we are trying to tell everyone.
Well,
I
you
would
don't
like
have to
to
try. I mean, you'll have to. I mean, you are anyway trying, and you are also. I mean, why I wanted to know is this is a very useful utility platform, right?
Yeah.
This is a very useful platform for all of us. No one can go to the temple all the time. Somehow Krishna has given us this kind of a thought because of this corona and all this. So let's utilize this platform so that everyone gets benefited.
It's so easy. You're in the comfort of your home and getting chance. I don't know.
That is why you said no, it's very easy. That's why people don't want. If you make it complex, then they will go all the way to Manor, all the way to Soho. When you have everything right here in your hands, why will you take it? Right?
True.
You want to enjoy yourself. Oh, I am going to Manor today. I am going to spend my time with the cows and the temple, and then do what? Spend some 20 pounds, 30 pounds only in this Govindas and then come back. Instead of that, you can do the same thing, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, give it to Srila Prabhupada. And then you will get benefit immensely, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very unfortunate. Sometimes, familiarity also breeds contempt. So one time when His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj was giving a class in one of the small towns, he said that how many of you live near the railway station? So many people actually in that row, in that particular audience, they said, I live very near to the railway station. So how many of you agree that you always procrastinate to go to the railway station? You know that anyway the train is going to come at 11 o'clock. Let me leave at around 10:45, 10:55, like that. Thinking that anyway the train will come and then I can go comfortably in just 3 minutes. I will just jump with my bag and I'll be in the railway station. But then after the train goes, then you can't just contemplate, oh my God, I just missed the train. So when you are near to the temple, when you're near to any activities, you generally tend, it's a human tendency that you want to be away from the reality. But then Krishna kicks through his agents so that you become more conscious about what you are doing, why you are here, stuck here in this world. We need to overcome those. Let's take it serious. I mean, I have got nothing to do with anyone, nor anyone has got anything to do with me. But if we don't take it serious, this Krishna consciousness is for serious practitioners. This is for the people who really, really honestly touch your hands in your heart and then tell for yourself, do you want to struggle in this world? Do you want to be in this world all the time thinking about that I'm going to enjoy with my family here? No one is going to say yes to it because it's a nonsensical world. It's illogical to be here in this world. The only good thing in this world is that we have a chance to go back to Godhead through the human form of life. Even the demigods don't have it. And this is where the challenge is. If we don't practice, if we don't take it so serious into our heart, ask these questions. Atata Brahma Jignasa. Now is the time. You need to ask. There is nothing in this world which is more important than asking the fundamental questions. Everyone needs to take care of their roti, makan, kavda. That's food, clothing, and shelter. But Krishna is ready to take that for our behalf.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes. Who is this? Let's see. Hare Krishna. Okay, that's very important for us. We need to practice. And if we find it difficult, that's okay. Everyone is going to find it difficult. It's not straightforward. It's not a cakewalk for us, right? Prabhupada says in this world, it's like walking on a razor's edge. You will anyway going to get chopped this side or that side. But it's great if you know how to walk. And if you need to know how to walk, we have seen the tightrope walkers, right? Focused, extremely focused, extremely positive, extremely conscious about what they need and what their goal is. We need to learn those things. Those are good values to learn. And if we don't learn it now, when are we going to expect ourselves to learn? At the age of 70, 80? I don't think we'll be there in that system for those years. But if we are there also, I'm not sure whether we'll be able to learn all those things. So now is a great time for us. It's a beautiful platform. Everything is so nicely given to us. The Lord will take care. Yoga Kshema Mahamyam. He has decided, he has written it very clearly. I will take care of it. So all we need is a little bit of faith from our heart. The more we are closer to the Lord through the faith, and more appreciation and gratitude we show, and no offensive in any manner. Prabhupada says the same thing. Offense is the direct defense to our Krishna consciousness. Moment you become offense, and you are in trouble. You will not be in that platform anymore. You will not even know, you will be eliminated. So this is very important for us. Chanting the holy name. Why are we saying the 10 offenses against the holy names of the Lord? Why? Because this is what is the fundamental essentials for us to know. So in order to get the pure love is not so easy. You know how they make rose essence? They filter it to get the most refined one of the rose essence. In the same way, if you want to really relish, have a blissful time in knowing the Supreme Lord through the holy names, Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sharva Shaktis, which has many powerful elements, that is possible only through the holy names, only through connection to the Supreme Lord. So my humble request, take it serious. This is our last calling start. Nothing more than this. Okay. Any other questions? Otherwise, let's take to Pratap Mai Prabhu or Bhati Mataji. Any announcements to go?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Thank you for the wonderful class. It was very timely. I appreciate the teachings. Thank you. Couple of announcements, Prabhu. We've got the Gita Made Easy class starting on Monday the 13th. So that's tomorrow, starting at 7 o'clock. And then we have Gita Jayanti, the advent of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita being spoken on Mokshada Ekadashi. So that's on Tuesday, where we'll be reading, as part of the Gita Made Easy course, we'll be reading the full translation of the Bhagavad Gita in English. And then we've got another 3 days of the Gita where we're looking at 6 chapters each day up till Friday the 17th. And then on Saturday the 18th, we're having our Gita Jayanti festival, where we'll be hearing the entire Sanskrit shlokas, 700 verses of the Bhagavad Gita. We'll be chanting and hearing summaries at the end of each chapter with nice prasadam at the end. So that's on the 18th, where we'll be giving certificates for this 5-day course as well. The course will be facilitated by Her Grace Amala Mataji, and we're very much looking forward to the content and getting a nice overview, like a clear understanding of the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, which took place on the battlefield. So that's next week. So I'm going to post in the...
Prabhuji, you muted yourself.
Sorry, Matty. I'm just going to post in the chat box the link to register for the... there we go. Okay, Gita Made Easy. So that's next week, Monday to Friday. And then we have the festival on Saturday, and that's at the Shinfield Community Centre. So it's a new building just down the road from Jagannath's house, where we're going to be hosting the festival on Saturday. So please come to hear all the verses of the Gita, to purify ourselves and to connect to the Supreme Lord through his words and his song. And then with December Marathon, the following week, so the week commencing the 20th, is the last 4 days of the marathon. So we're going to be on Reading High Street on the 20th, the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd from 10 o'clock, hopefully. So if you want to be a part of that, then send a message. There's many services involved in that: getting books, carrying them to the high street, preparing prasadam for the devotees, singing kirtan to help the books go out, chanting, clapping, singing, dancing on the street to create that festival atmosphere, and then obviously distributing the books as well. So we did a training for that. If more people need training, then they can reach out to their Bhakti Riksha leaders. We can share the content of the training and the script of how to present Bhagavad Gita nicely to new people. Matthew, there's some feedback from one of the trainings, I think, in the chat box. Nice. Okay. So yes, so this is the December marathon. So it's a chance to, I would say everyone on this Zoom, if you don't all have all of Srila Prabhupada's books yet, then please give a gift to yourself this Christmas and acquire at least one book of Prabhupada's that you don't have. There's many books there like Beyond Illusion and Doubt, where Prabhupada's explaining the different philosophies of the modern world in connection with Krishna consciousness. There's Laws of Nature, Sri Ishopanishad, Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion. If you don't have the Bhagavatam set, then maybe we can speak about some special rate to acquire the Bhagavatam set, either for you or a gift at Christmas. Same with Chaitanya Charitamrita. So many books of Prabhupada's written, and these small books as well, they're just such nectar, you know, it's Prabhupada's ecstasies like that. So if you don't have all the small books yet, maybe that's a good place to start, because what it's like £1, £2 for a small book. So if you don't all have Srila Prabhupada's small books, then please let us know. Maybe you can get yourself 5 this Christmas, or you can get a higher taste, maybe to gift as a Christmas present. So if there's families here and you at the end of the term, I think it might be next week, the term is ending, you need to gift it. It's the culture, we gift something to the teacher at the end of the year for Christmas. So please gift them Bhagavad Gita and take a photo and share it with your group. It's very inspiring. The teacher will be very happy because we're sharing something precious, you know, in our culture, and it's very high philosophy. So that's it. Yeah, so it's a December marathon to focus on books. So reading the books, distributing the books, acquiring the books. If anyone wants a service, we need books to be collected from East London today. So if anyone would like to take that service to collect books, that would be great. And if any devotees would like to go on the high street, then they just need to message us and we can arrange for that either in your areas or in Reading. But yeah, it's just so nice to get out. And when we get out, we really see how much this is needed, you know, how much Krishna consciousness is lacking in today's society. And this is a service which is direct to Srila Prabhupada. So it's a personal service to Srila Prabhupada. We saw many quotes in the training that this is most pleasing to him. So let's meditate on Prabhupada. Let's meditate on the Bhagavad Gita and how we can imbibe it into our hearts and how we can give it to others like that. So yeah, please meditate in your own time what you can do as some small service to be a part of this most blissful month in which the Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for this so much of inspiration. And the small book is the best gift idea for the Christmas. So yeah, please, if you don't have it, just get some small books and gift it to your friends and family, or even at work colleagues, because I've done it and they appreciate it so much. So thank you.
Yes, Maggie, we were talking about doing gift sets at Christmas. So like 5 books with a nice ribbon like that. Maybe you can get for £20, like 2 big books, 3 small books, and then you gift it like that. Like I don't know any gift you can really get for less than £20 here in the West, in the UK. So like that, let's gift Prabhupada rather than gifting something material. Let's give them this, you know, super high philosophy that will benefit them eternally like that. Just by touching the books, they get benefited. So please do what we can within our remit to distribute these books far and wide. Thank you.
And if you can't distribute the books, the donation is acceptable as well, so that those books can be distributed to somebody else and they can get benefited.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Prabhu.
Or even better, gift the book, like make the donation, take 5 Bhagavad Gita, and then just see where they go, you know? Like first you have to get the books to distribute them. So if, you know, that's the first thing, is get the book. And then you show the book, and then either you gift it or you ask for a donation. But we need that endeavor, then Krishna will enable, because these books have already been distributed. So the battle is already won. The only question is, what part do we play in it? That's the only variable.
Exactly. Yeah. We are just the instrument of Krishna, isn't it? And Srila Prabhupada to just give away the books. So yeah, make the most of it.
Yes, Matty. And the more we try, the more we endeavor, then the more we're showing our willingness to be that, you know, that conduit, that vehicle for Prabhupada and Krishna's mercy.
Yeah, first time when I went out, I was really, really nervous as well, and just praying to Srila Prabhupada to help me out. And then it just so happened that people were happily taking the books, and you are so surprised that, wow, this is happening, you know. So yeah, it's first thing we have to come out of our little shell and start distributing the books. That's all basically, and it'll work out. So yeah, it's really good.
Bharti Mataji, do you have any announcements?
No, Prabhuji, I think you've covered most of it. The Bhagavad Gita Made Easy course this week, next Saturday's program in the hall. Thank you very much. Book distribution and, I think pretty much covered there.
I'll say one more thing, Mataji. If you haven't registered for the course yet, please register. And if you know anybody that's interested in Krishna consciousness, this is a wonderful preaching opportunity where they get 5 days association with Her Grace Amala Mataji. So it's good for us to have that association. We have to watch something, we see something, connect with people. So let's do that and around Bhagavad Gita and elevate our consciousness like that. And so if there's anyone that might be interested, please extend the link, encourage them to join even just for the first day. And then they get that, that ecstasy, that connection. It's a nice start for their Krishna consciousness to end the year as well. So
absolutely, registration is important. Just push everybody to register. If they're thinking about it, just register, come on the first day, see how you feel. And I'm sure definitely if they come on the first day, they will finish the 5 days, right? For their own benefit.
Absolutely, Mataji. Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. So yeah, just make sure, like I said, just register. It's important. Okay, cool. No, I'm pretty much okay. Dipti Mataji, did you want to hold a meeting or anything? Are you okay?
Nah, it's all okay. Yeah, everybody did really good things. So thank you so much for all the devotees who offered their services. And thank you for other people who are attending as well. And as Vishal Gauranga Prabhu said, if we can encourage other people to get the benefit, we are getting this benefit. And if we can encourage other people also, Krishna will be more pleased. Everything we are doing for the pleasure of the divine couple. So please encourage everyone else and participate more.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Mataji.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Have a good, blissful week because we are going to with the 5-day Bhagavad Gita Made Easy.
Looking forward for it. Thank you. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Jai Gauranga.
Krishna.
Jai Gauranga.
Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Vishal Gauranga Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Hare